technology to help you make smarter decisions with your money. I'm Bonnie, and today we're diving into one of the most transformative topics of our time: artificial intelligence for beginners. If you've been wondering whether you're missing out on the AI revolution or if it's all just hype, this episode is specifically designed for you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Bonnie, AI sounds complicated, and I'm just trying to figure out if I should invest my savings or run for the hills. Well, stick around because by the end of this episode, you'll understand exactly how to ride the AI wave without drowning in the technical jargon or losing your shirt in the process. Before we jump in, let me share something that might surprise you. According to the latest Stanford AI Index report, which is considered the gold standard for AI research, AI performance on demanding benchmarks has improved dramatically in just 1 year. We're talking about improvements of 18.8% on visual understanding, 48.9% on scientific reasoning, and a whopping 67.3% on software engineering tasks. But here's the kicker. This isn't just academic progress. This is real-world change that's already affecting your daily life, whether you realize it or not. Let's start with the basics, because I believe in keeping things simple. Artificial intelligence, at its core, is technology that enables computers and machines to simulate human learning, comprehension, and problem-solving. And think of it as teaching computers to think and make decisions like humans, but often much faster and with access to vastly more information than any human brain could process. Now you might be wondering, is this really new? The answer is both yes and no, and this is where it gets interesting. AI has actually been around for decades. If you've ever used Netflix recommendations or Google Maps, you've been using AI. But what's happening now is fundamentally different. We're experiencing what experts call the generative AI revolution, and it's changing everything. Thomas Davenport and Randy Bean, two of the most respected AI researchers at MIT Sloan Management Review, recently identified 5 critical trends that are shaping AI in 2025. Let me walk you through these because they directly impact your financial future and investment opportunities. The first trend is what they call agentic AI, essentially AI systems that can act autonomously on your behalf. Now, before you start imagining robots taking over the world, let me bring this down to earth. These AI agents are being designed to handle specific tasks like booking your travel, managing your calendar, or helping with basic financial transactions. The key insight from the experts is that the earliest applications will be for small, structured tasks with minimal financial risk. So we're not talking about AI managing your entire investment portfolio just yet, but rather helping with routine tasks that free up your time for more important decisions. The second trend is perhaps the most crucial for anyone considering AI investments: the measurement challenge. Here's where I need to be brutally honest with you. While 58% of organizations claim they're achieving exponential productivity gains from AI, very few companies are actually measuring these gains properly. This creates a significant opportunity and risk for investors. Goldman Sachs, one of the few companies that has rigorously measured AI productivity, found that their developers saw about a 20% increase in productivity. That's solid, but it's not the exponential gains that many companies are claiming. This brings me to a critical point that Nobel Prize winner Daron Acemoglu from MIT has raised. He suggests that we might only see a 0.5% productivity increase from AI over the next decade, far less than the revolutionary changes many are predicting. This doesn't mean AI isn't valuable, but it does mean we need to be realistic about expectations and investment strategies. The third trend is what I call the cultural reality check. Despite all the excitement about AI, the percentage of organizations that consider themselves truly data-driven has actually decreased from 48% to 37% in the past year. Why? Because implementing AI successfully requires more than just buying the latest technology. It requires fundamental changes in how organizations operate, and 92% of data leaders say cultural and change management challenges are the primary barriers. What does this mean for you as an investor or someone considering AI-related career moves? It means that companies that can successfully navigate these cultural challenges will have significant competitive advantages. Look for organizations that are investing not just in AI technology, but in training their people and changing their processes. The fourth trend is the renaissance of unstructured data. Here's something that might blow your mind. One large insurance company recently discovered that 97% of their data is unstructured. Things like emails, documents, images, and videos rather than neat rows and columns in spreadsheets. Generative AI excels at processing this type of data, which creates enormous opportunities for companies that can harness it effectively. The fifth trend is the evolution of data leadership. We're seeing the emergence of chief AI officers alongside traditional chief data officers, with 33% of organizations now having dedicated AI leadership roles. This represents a massive shift in how businesses are organizing themselves around AI capabilities. Now let's talk about the financial markets, because this is where things get really interesting for investors. Tobias Adrian, who serves as the financial counselor and director of the Monetary and Capital Markets Department at the International Monetary Fund, recently delivered a comprehensive analysis of AI's impact on financial markets that every investor should understand. Adrian identifies three key areas where AI is transforming finance. First is efficiency. AI is dramatically speeding up and automating tasks across the financial sector, from back-office operations to customer service. The finance industry is particularly well positioned for this because it's already built around data processing. Second is evolutionary improvements. AI has been used by cutting-edge investment firms for at least 10 years, but what's new is that large language models can now process vast amounts of unstructured data. Think news articles, social media posts, and complex financial documents. This is improving price discovery across asset classes and lowering barriers to entry for quantitative investors in emerging markets and corporate debt. Third is the potential for revolutionary transformation, though Adrian notes that fully autonomous AI-driven financial agents are still far off. Market participants aren't comfortable with black box analyses that can't be explained, and human oversight remains essential for regulatory, risk management, and ethical reasons. But here's where it gets fascinating from an investment perspective. The IMF analysis reveals both tremendous opportunities and significant risks. On the positive side, AI could bring productivity enhancements, cost savings, improved regulatory compliance, and more tailored financial services. However, there are also concerns about market speed and volatility. Adrian points to the August 5th sell-off in Japanese and US equity markets as an instructive example. While it's not clear how much AI played a role, the turmoil was amplified by sophisticated hedge funds all acting simultaneously when algorithms spotted downward trends. Imagine what could happen when AI models are even more widely used. This brings us to the investment opportunities and risks you need to understand. Let me share some specific insights from the financial analysts at NerdWallet who recently analyzed the top-performing AI stocks. The standout performer is Quantum Computing Inc., with a staggering 2,511% return over the past year. Now, before you rush to buy quantum computing stocks, let me explain what this company actually does. They develop quantum computers that use exotic small-scale physics phenomena to potentially solve problems much faster than conventional computers. They also operate a semiconductor foundry for quantum computing applications. This is cutting-edge stuff, but it's also extremely speculative. Palantir Technologies, up 518% in the past year, represents a more established AI play. They provide software and big data analytics, with their AI platform helping large organizations like the US military and major corporations incorporate ChatGPT-style AI models into their operations. This is the kind of company that bridges the gap between AI innovation and practical business applications. AppLovin Corp, up 471%, focuses on mobile app development and marketing, powered by their proprietary AI model called Axon. Cerence Inc., up 420%, develops AI assistants for automobiles and has their technology installed in over 400 million vehicles worldwide. But here's where the expert analysis gets really interesting. Haydar Habba, founder of Andra Capital, a venture capital firm that invests in AI companies, warns that AI has been used as a buzzword to drive share price premiums. But companies have not always demonstrated usage of cutting-edge techniques. He's seeing hundreds of millions of dollars flowing into AI companies that have no product-market fit. Michael Brenner, a research analyst at FBB Capital Partners who covers AI, offers a more measured approach. His firm is sticking with more of the mega-cap tech companies for their AI investments. His reasoning is solid. Large language models require tremendous amounts of data and capital, so smaller companies will eventually need to partner with bigger infrastructure providers anyway. This brings me to a crucial investment principle that I want every viewer to understand: the difference between riding the wave and getting swept away by it. The AI wave is real, but like any major technological shift, it's creating both winners and losers. Here's my framework for thinking about AI investments, whether you're a complete beginner or someone with more experience. First, understand that we're still in the early stages of AI adoption. The Stanford AI Index report shows that 78% of organizations are now using AI, up from 55% just 1 year ago. This rapid adoption creates opportunities, but it also means we're still figuring out which applications will be most valuable. Second, focus on companies that have real, measurable AI applications rather than those just using AI as a marketing buzzword. Look for businesses that can clearly articulate how AI improves their operations, reduces costs, or creates new revenue streams. Third, consider the infrastructure players. Just like during the gold rush, sometimes the people selling shovels made more money than the gold miners. Companies providing the computing power, data storage, and networking capabilities that AI requires could be excellent long-term investments. Fourth, don't ignore the regulatory environment. Governments are stepping up their AI oversight significantly. In 2024, U.S. federal agencies introduced 59 AI-related regulations, more than double the number from 2023. Globally, legislative mentions of AI rose 21.3% across 75 countries. This regulatory attention isn't necessarily bad for AI companies, but it does mean that compliance and ethical AI practices will become increasingly important competitive advantages. Now, let's talk about the global landscape, because AI development isn't just happening in Silicon Valley. The competition between the United States and China is particularly fascinating. While the US produced 40 notable AI models in 2024 compared to China's 15, the performance gap is closing rapidly. Chinese AI models have gone from being significantly behind to nearly matching US models on major benchmarks in just 1 year. This global competition has important implications for investors. It's driving massive government investments. Canada pledged $2.4 billion. China launched a $47.5 billion semiconductor fund. France committed €109 billion. India pledged $1.25 billion. And Saudi Arabia's Project Transcendence represents a $100 billion initiative. But here's something that might surprise you about global AI sentiment. In countries like China, 83% of people see AI products and services as more beneficial than harmful. In Indonesia, it's 80%, and in Thailand, it's 77%. Compare that to Canada at 40%, the United States at 39%, and the Netherlands at 36%. This sentiment gap could affect where AI innovation happens fastest and where the most supportive regulatory environments develop. For individual investors, this suggests that diversifying AI investments globally might be wise rather than focusing solely on US companies. However, it also means that geopolitical factors could significantly impact AI investments, so staying informed about international AI policies and trade relationships is crucial. Let me address something that many beginners worry about. Am I too late to benefit from AI? The answer is definitively no, but the nature of opportunities is evolving. We're moving from the everything AI goes up phase to a more mature market where fundamental business value matters more than just having AI in your company description. The cost efficiency improvements in AI are actually making it more accessible, not less. The Stanford report shows that inference costs for AI systems dropped over 280-fold between November 2022 and October 2024. Hardware costs are declining by 30% annually, while energy efficiency is improving by 40% each year. This means that AI capabilities that were once available only to the largest tech companies are becoming accessible to smaller businesses and individual developers. This democratization of AI creates opportunities across multiple sectors. Healthcare is seeing rapid adoption. The FDA approved 223 AI-enabled medical devices in 2023, up from just 6 in 2015. Transportation is being transformed, with companies like Waymo providing over 150,000 autonomous rides each week. Even traditional industries like warehousing are being revolutionized by companies like Symbotic, which uses AI to optimize supply chains and automation. For those considering career opportunities in AI, the education landscape is expanding rapidly. 2/3 of countries now offer or plan to offer K-12 computer science education, twice as many as in 2019. In the US, 81% of computer science teachers believe AI should be part of foundational education, though less than half feel equipped to teach it yet. This gap represents both a challenge and an opportunity for those willing to develop AI-related skills. Now, let's get practical about investment strategies. If you're a beginner, I recommend starting with broad-based AI ETFs rather than individual stocks. These funds provide exposure to multiple AI companies, reducing the risk of picking the wrong individual stock. Look for ETFs that track established indexes like the Index Global Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Thematic Index or the Nasdaq CTA Artificial Intelligence and Robotics Index. For more experienced investors, consider a barbell approach. Combine stable, profitable companies that are successfully implementing AI with smaller positions in more speculative AI pure plays. The key is to understand that we're still in a period where the performance gap between the top AI companies and the rest is shrinking rapidly. The difference between the top and 10th ranked AI models fell from 11.9% to 5.4% in just 1 year. This compression of performance differences means that competitive advantages in AI will increasingly come from execution, business model innovation, and the ability to integrate AI effectively into existing operations, rather than just having the most advanced technology. I also want to address the elephant in the room, the possibility of an AI bubble. The experts are divided on this. Some point to the massive valuations and investment flows as signs of a bubble, while others argue that we're not at historical highs for tech stocks overall. My take is that there are certainly bubble-like characteristics in some segments of the AI market, but the underlying technology is real and transformative. The key is to distinguish between companies riding the AI hype and those building sustainable AI-powered businesses. Look for companies with clear revenue models, measurable AI benefits, and realistic growth projections rather than those making grandiose claims about revolutionary breakthroughs. As we wrap up, let me leave you with some actionable steps you can take right now. First, start experimenting with AI tools in your daily life. Use ChatGPT, Claude, or other AI assistants for research and writing tasks. Try AI-powered investment research tools. The best way to understand AI's potential and limitations is to use it yourself. Second, educate yourself about the companies you're considering investing in. Don't just look at stock prices and hype, dig into their actual AI implementations, revenue models, and competitive positions. The companies that will succeed long-term are those solving real problems with AI, not just talking about it. Third, consider the broader ecosystem. AI requires massive amounts of computing power, data storage, and networking infrastructure. Companies providing these foundational services may offer more stable investment opportunities than the AI applications themselves. Fourth, stay informed about regulatory developments. AI regulation is evolving rapidly, and companies that proactively address ethical AI concerns and regulatory compliance will have significant advantages. Finally, remember that AI is a tool, not magic. The most successful AI investments will be in companies that use this tool to solve real problems, reduce costs, or create new value for customers. Focus on the business fundamentals, not just the technology hype. The AI revolution is real, and it's creating unprecedented opportunities for those who approach it thoughtfully. But like any major technological shift, it rewards preparation, patience, and prudent risk management over speculation and fear of missing out. Whether you're looking to invest in AI companies, develop AI skills, or simply understand how this technology will affect your life and career, the key is to start now but proceed thoughtfully. The wave is building, and those who learn to ride it skillfully will find themselves in an excellent position for the future. That's a wrap on today's deep dive into AI for beginners. If this episode helped clarify the AI landscape for you, please hit that like button and subscribe to Bonnie's Life for more insights into the intersection of technology and finance. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on AI investments or any questions you'd like me to address in future episodes. Remember, in the world of AI and investing, knowledge is your best protection against both missing opportunities and making costly mistakes. Until next time, this is Bonnie, helping you navigate the complex world of modern finance with confidence and clarity.